Hi folks, welcome back. Now we're going to show you how to do this pumpkin. I started it over here. You can see that it's sliced out a little bit here and there. And don't mind my hands. I had worked in my inkjet business and I was too lazy to put on a glove like I should have. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take a pencil here in just a second. And we're going to mark out where this needs to be. What I did was I already pre-cut this little portion back here and cut this one over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I kind of have it outlined already where I want the other portions to be. So the last two we need to do are these two here, and then we'll have it proportioned correctly. So what you want to do is just take your knife. I'm just going to show you how to do this. Take your knife and go all the way and down to the bottom here. Try to follow that line better than I did. Okay. And then you're just going to cut out one side. You're going to take your knife and you're just going to sliver a portion, like a little V cut. You can use a V tool like this if you want and just cut it out just like so if you want. That might be a little handier to do. I know some of you don't have access to a V tool and it makes it a little more difficult. They are not the easiest to sharpen up, and later on I'll probably do a video how to do that correctly. But basically that's what you want to do, is you just want to cut on either side of that, and you know, and then round that off a little bit. I find when you do it with a knife, it's a little uneven, it's a little more realistic than with the V tool. But I'm going to be using the V tool a little bit on the beard and stuff, and I'll explain that a little bit later why. I find that getting underneath that hat can be kind of difficult to do. So I'm going to do one of these. The other thing we need to do is he has a belt that goes all the way around. Of course the pumpkin's in the way. I'll do that in a second here. Jumping around here. Let me finish this up first. We're going to put another little stop cut right there, and we're going to trim on this side, on this side right here, and on the other side. Now it can be challenging to get into places once in a while. Just got to be patient and try a couple of times to get in there, but just like so. Trying to be mindful to keep it in the camera so you can see it. Okay? So, there's our pumpkin, and what we want to do with the pumpkin is a couple of things. I know it's a little glary, and I don't know why that is. Okay, what we want to do also is I have this kind of curvatured out a little bit. All I did was take my knife, after I did the initial cuts on either side, and take my knife and just scoop it out a little bit, just like that, as you see, and then I went all the way down to the bottom. And that's how I did all my pumpkins that you see. You know, the pumpkin project, I actually cut a little piece out there. But let me go back here and continue this. And right here you want to do that right above the hands here a little bit. Just scoop it out a little bit there. Maybe a little bit on the bottom. Okay, that's starting to look pretty good, folks. I'm real happy with it. We dug out the bottom here, so this will be painted the same color as this when we get done, and well, something similar anyway. And once we get that done, that will look really nice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to work on, we have a collar here that the Pilgrims had, so we're just going to drape this around like so, all the way around. I might make that a little deeper. And this is the white portion to it. I'm just going to try to match that up a little bit. The challenge is going to be getting in here to make those points, so let's just put a stop cut. Well, let me take a look at that. Do I really like that? No, I don't. We all have different ways of doing it. I'm going to go over a little further. Try to make that match. Go a little further down and up. Okay. Just like so. Okay, so we're going to cut this off. Whoops. And I'm just going to do one half here, and you can do the other half while you're offline here. Okay. All you want to do is cut to that stop cut. You don't want to peel it off. You want to make sure it comes out on its own. I thought I'd have the whole night to work on this and get my videos done on this little guy. I got called back to work again, which is fine. I'm not complaining, folks. I'm just very thankful I have a job at the moment, which is great. So when they call you in for extra work, I don't refuse it too often. Okay, just like that. See how we have that done up like that? Perfect. So we're going to follow that line all the way around. And I'm going to finish up the other side. And the other thing you want to do before we get offline here, we're going to put a belt on him. Just like so. I think that will look nice. And the rest of that belt's going to be underneath him. And there too, you want to, I'm just going to show you real quick before we run out of time. You're going to do on either side. I'll just do part of this here so you can see it. And you're going to cut from the bottom up to that belt sticking out, just like that. And from the top down. Okay? And that will stay square. You don't round that off. You go all the way around, do the whole, try to make it more even than I have there. And I'm going to finish this portion and this portion up. And I'm going to start on the beard and the hair, and I'll show you how to finish that up. Okay, folks, we'll be back.